Landmines is a problem. Most of the people abala, they are undocumented. It's about time.
Baya. Hey, come back!
It's a problem. Like South Africa isn't just hijacking.
Is something funny here? You think this is a joke? Where's our news fantasy?
Upon watching content like this, so many people's reaction is blaming the South African government, blaming the South African authorities, or activist groups such as these ones for taking such actions towards immigrants. Obviously, at the forefront of this is we are all Africans and we are all black people. Why are we doing this to each other? But the question is, people, if we want to be realistic and if we want to be practical, really, at some point, there is a breaking point. There is a point where it's no longer feasible. It is really a point where everybody, if you want to be honest to yourself, you would understand the circumstances that is going on here. But my biggest problem and my biggest anger goes towards the criminals, the real criminals who are sitting behind the situation, the cause of the problem. The real perpetrators and the real causes of these problems that we are having now, that us as a people have to deal with. I know how it feels to look for a job. I know how it feels to have no job. I know how it feels to have no meal for the evening. I know how it feels to wait in a line and hope that one day I will have a visa that will go overseas. I know how it feels to try and run away from your own country and aspire to go overseas and get better opportunities. I've been there. I have lived the life. That's why I get so angry that the real perpetrators of the situation, which will end up causing illegal immigration and flocking of people to one certain country to try and get a better life, the real perpetrators are the African governments, the governments of which these people are coming from, Zimbabwe, Malawi, Mozambique, and so forth. These are the real problems. These are the challenges that we are having. These are the people who are causing the situation to be like this. Innocent citizens who end up running away from their countries and try and seek a better life in a different country are ending up in a situation like this where they are treated like this, because also where they're going, it can't be done anymore. It's not possible anymore for one country cannot hold the citizens of all the countries in the continent. It's impossible. But the governments who are supposed to be responsible for making sure that their citizens are well taken care of, they are catered for opportunities, for job opportunities and everything that they need, they are not doing anything. They are not taking the responsibility. That is what actually pisses me off the most. It clearly shows a level of incompetence. It clearly shows the lack of care and corruption. They only focus on themselves and forget. How can you say you're governing a country? I really don't understand this situation. When things are like this, you have a president who is sitting in office calling himself a president, where half of your adult population have left your country, running away to a neighboring country to try and seek job opportunities because you have failed. And the biggest challenge that we have is them not accepting the real fact that they have failed. They will always look for something to blame. It's always the West, it's always sanctions, it's always this, it's not us, that we have opposition politics, is this and that. Come on, it is a reflection on you. You have failed. If they could only accept that they have failed, they could have taken steps to eradicate the problem. How can you sit back and do nothing when situations are like this, when things are going on like this, when millions and millions are running away from your own country, not even going far away to a neighboring country? What are you governing if you don't have the people? You are governing the people, but the people that you say you are governing are living in large numbers. I don't know how it's not concerning to this government. That is the biggest problem that we have in Africa, of leaders who are irresponsible, who are reckless, who do not care, who think about themselves only, who are self-centered. All they have is excuses, and after excuses, we have built a new parliament. We have built a new flyover, whatever, interchange, and whatever the fuck that is. Bro, The challenge that you have is way, way bigger than the small developments that you're pointing to. It clearly shows that you have failed and you have nothing to point to. Because if you actually understood what kind of challenge that you have in your hand, you will stop celebrating bullshit. Because you actually have a big problem at hand. You have millions of your people who are illegal immigrants in a different country right next to your border. And there are serious challenges coming from that country, and you are sitting back and be like, oh yeah, but I'm trying. You're not trying. You have not done anything. And to make matters worse, they've been in power, most of these governments, for years, for decades and decades, doing nothing, ruining the economy every single time, failing to transform the economy so that it can cater for the population that is growing every single day. Africa has one of the fastest growing populations in the world. But our leaders do not seem to understand that. With that comes the need to expand and grow the economy so that all those people, as they grow up, they need job opportunities. They need opportunities to participate in the economy. But if there's nothing, if there's no transformation, if there's no development happening, this is what we end up happening. This is what we end up having. But our leaders are so complacent, incompetent, and ignorant. They do not care. They seem like nothing has happened. And it is time that before we create chaos and hate each other, we need to hold these people to task. We need to hold them accountable. SADC doesn't do anything. They do not hold each other accountable. The ANC government goes behind and be soft to the ZANU-PF government instead of having a real conversation, asking them the real question. What are you going to do about the situation? You have more than 4 million people, more than 5 million people in our country, in our borders. And this is causing a challenge on our systems and also in terms of jobs in our own country. What are you going to do? These are the conversations African Union should be having. These are the conversations SADC should be having. The issues that are affecting regional issues that are affecting the region. But they're not talking about it. They're not trying to solve it. There is nothing, because behind that there is accountability. What they're running away from is the accountability that they have failed. It is simple. If you have failed to deliver the mandate that you're supposed to deliver to a country that you say, I have elected you and you are the president of, it means you must step down. You must leave the office because you're not capable and you're not competent. Don't tell us about sanctions and sanctions for 40 years, 50 years. We've had this story over and over again. So what? So what? What are you going to do? Are we going to die because of sanctions? We need to start having the conversation. We need to take part in this in order to resolve it.